Hi everyone, welcome to a new video where I present to you some ideas that you can use for future research projects, irrespective of whether you are interested in pursuing a PhD or a master's or an honors project. You can take some of these ideas and then pitch it at the appropriate level at which you want to study. This is part 3 of the series of videos I'm trying to introduce to provide students with some research topics for potential investigation. Links to parts 1 and 2 are provided in the description section below. Make sure you watch them as well. Today I start with the first topic where I'm trying to propose an idea where you can investigate the relationship between the use of video games and the well-being. Because as video games are increasing in popularity, there is a need to understand the complex impact of gaming on players' well-being. While research is suggesting potential cognitive and well-being benefits associated with playing video games, you can think about investigating some mechanisms within video games which are resulting in overspending and excessive gameplay. That means playing longer than intended, where players find it difficult to moderate, or gameplay resulting in other negative consequences for the player. So you can investigate the relationship between video games and well-being and focus it on the flow state and the need fulfillment under a self-determination theory framework. So flow theory emphasizes the optimal experience individuals attain when deeply engaged in an activity. Meanwhile, self-determination theory will position that people have innate psychological needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Research shows that playing video games can cultivate flow states and meet these needs. However, flow states and need satisfaction are not necessarily positive, and many questions remain unanswered. So you can investigate how the video games are influencing the well-being of individuals. Are they feeling disconnected with society once they stop playing these video games? Are they only happy when they're playing the video games? Are they suffering from any mental health issues or any depression if they are taken away from the video games? So some games are appeared to be designed according to the psychological principles with the apparent goal of increasing the playtime. Now this leads to something of a paradox. So video games provide satisfaction of autonomy needs because of the sense of choice and control over the virtual actions that you experience within the game environment. However, the immersive aspects of video gaming may impact the individual's autonomy in other life domains. Especially when you are not playing video games, are you able to concentrate in work? Are you able to engage with your family? Are you able to fulfill the responsibilities that you are required to fulfill? Now, for whom and under what circumstances does video game results in well-being benefits versus the detriments of doing so? You can investigate, does the well-being benefits experienced during gameplay persist beyond a gaming session? Does the experience of flow states and need satisfaction contribute to excessive gaming? How are flow states and need satisfaction during gaming or non-gaming related over time? So in short, which gamers are living their best lives and which may be playing excessively and why? The next topic is something that you can approach from a medical perspective or mental health perspective or physiological perspective. Here we are trying to propose that evidence is suggesting strategies aimed at preventing poor cardiovascular health should begin in childhood, and it should target the physical fitness of individuals. However, before such strategies can be introduced, the long-term cardiovascular health benefits of child fitness need to be established. Now you can go ahead and start measuring multiple parameters of cardiovascular health or fitness. For example, multiple physical fitness measurements, including cardiorespiratory fitness and muscular fitness on participants when they were children, and then follow them over 3 decades or assess their health as fitness or as adults. You can also conduct the study over a period of 3 or 4 years as a PhD student and then propose the possibility of continuing the studies as a postdoc. Or you can show that you want to carry out a longitudinal study where the effects on the cardiovascular health of individuals as they age, as they become older, are required to be investigated. Such studies often get interest from the universities and also from the medical community, from the society, because these have real life impacts or real world impacts in the society. So you can combine all these data that you collect and develop strategies for reducing the risk factors for diabetes, heart attacks, pre-diabetes, metabolic syndromes, insulin resistance. So you can go into these areas and start investigating the problem from different parameters. You can set this study in a particular community and then discuss your findings, or you can compare it between two communities. For example, you can communicate between the Aboriginals versus the Australians, or you can communicate between Native Americans versus the Americans who are called the white Americans. So depending on their diet, depending on their lifestyle, the stress, the mental health factors, you can see what impact is stress having or anxiety having on cardiovascular, diet having, regular exercise having, lifestyle is having. So you can investigate this problem from a variety of angles. The third research topic that I want to propose to you guys, in front of you guys, is can be investigated from a management perspective, or a social science perspective, or a policy making perspective, because this study will focus on exploring what factors contribute to the skilling, the hiring, and the retention of migrant skilled workers, especially in regional areas or remote areas. You can also base the study in a particular country, in a particular state. So I have taken the example of Australia, where you can base this study in regional Australia, because most of the businesses that are settled in regional areas or remote areas struggle with the issue of labor. They are not able to find skilled migrants because no one wants to go into remote regions or regional areas, and they all want to go into bigger cities like Melbourne or Sydney or Perth. So bigger cities, they don't want to go into regional areas. So here you can investigate the factors which are involved in skilled migrants achieving decent work outcomes and attributes of work which will make skilled migrants stay in the regional areas. So the outcomes of this research will give you a rigorous understanding of the skilled migrants' experience in regional area and also inform practices on how to retain them. Such studies also attract a lot of funding because they have real world impact. Businesses like to know more about this, the government would like to know more about this, the skilled migration department would like to know more about this as well, and accordingly they can set their policies towards attracting more and more immigrants or migrant workers, especially towards these areas. Like many countries often offer points for immigration if people decide to go and live in the regional or remote areas for 2 to 3 years. Australia used to be one of those countries. I think it still is. So understanding what constitutes decent work among skilled migrants and the many challenges related to accessing decent work in regional areas will inform practice as well as policy initiatives on how to retain the skilled migrants in regional areas. This is a very important issue given the shortage of skilled workers in the labor market currently. Especially post-COVID, a lot of the changes have been seen in the attitudes of people towards work and employment as well as skilling themselves. Organizations are also approaching the skilling, the hiring, and the retention of labor in innovative ways, using innovative ways, allowing them to continue working for the organization and providing the laborers, the employees with multiple benefits. For example, many organizations are allowing labor to work from home if it can be done so. Many organizations are providing additional health benefits to people living in regional areas because they are away from the main facilities which are normally provided in the city. So investigating this topic from multiple angles will get you the information that you need and that you can use as recommendations towards changes in the policy in government policies, government processes. So you will find it easier to get funding for your research, to continue your research, as well as even find job after you finish your research studies. I hope this video was useful for you guys. In my previous videos, I have proposed some 5 topics. I go and talk to my peers, my colleagues, my fellow researchers, and try to find out what are the areas they are working on and that is attracting funding from the industry and the government and the organizations. And then I propose it to you guys as well, so that you know what are the areas where you can write your research proposals in and then submit it to the university so that you can be accepted easily. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you soon with my next video. Bye for now.